Let's have a talk about pain. Many people think that they can avoid pain by avoid doing certain things, which actually cause them much more pain later on, but more on that later. You cannot avoid it. I've tried many others, never gonna work. You see, my friend, every time you're about to grow, pain will be the first one that knock at your door and say, hey, you invited growth? All right, pain comes with it. They go hand in hand. You cannot avoid it. Pain is an integral part in the human experience that we're having, the physical experience, because we are spiritual being having a physical experience. And a part of the physical experience, we are going to experience pain. Now, there are two ways of experience pain. Number one, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. You probably heard that one before, but I'm going to say it again because this is super important for you guys to understand at this point of your growth process where you feel this immense amount of pain and you say to yourself, I don't know if I can take it anymore. It's too painful. And then weigh the other side and say, if I don't, how am I going to feel? And that is what's going to propel you to keep moving even more. I always ask myself, if I do this, what would I feel? How would I feel if I conquer this desire for comfort? Or should I say, not comfort, familiarity? How would I feel? There is no growth and expansion in comfort and in familiarity. When you do what's familiar, you are staying in the same circle. It's the same familiar circle that will produce the same results. If we talk about energy, frequency and vibration, you're in the frequency and the same frequency and vibration. So you're tuning in to the same radio station. Let's say you're listening to 98.1 and this is jazz music. If you keep being on the same frequency, meaning you keep on doing the same things, you keep the familiarity in your life and everything is so familiar and quote unquote comfortable, you will never grow. What you need to do is to step out of it. And it's people will say, step out of your comfort zone. And I will say, expand your comfort zone for the simple reason that when you're doing something, eventually and very quickly, it will become your new comfort zone. So you don't step out of the comfort zone. And when you say stepping out of the comfort zone, it feels very uncomfortable and it's unnecessary. So you say, I'm going to expand my comfort zone. Because if you were comfortable with, let's say, managing 5 employees, stepping out of your comfort zone will be 10 employees. And when you say stepping out, I just don't like this word. I like the word expand your comfort zone. So now you're managing 10 employees, 20 employees, 30 employees. So it's still the same comfort zone, it's just expanded. So you need to expand yourself. You need to think differently by doing things differently, by experiencing pain and realize that this pain is the pain of discipline. And the pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret is eternal. Think about it each and every single day. Before you go to sleep, you lay in your bed. Just think about it. What am I regret doing or not doing today? Make a list. And I do it every night. I make a list of the things I regret doing and regret not doing. Let me tell you what's going to happen in the end of about a month if you do this constantly. It's so beautiful. You're going to write down what you regret doing and not doing. And in the next day, what you're going to do, it goes like this. When you write down what you regret doing, you say, I'm not going to do this. End of story. What you regret doing, I'm not going to do it again. What you regret not doing, you say, I'm going to do this and even a little bit more. And you make a promise to yourself. And in the list for tomorrow, you say, this cannot go on the list again. And this must be on the list. You're switching lists. And you're going to play around with it for about a week or 2 or 3 until you're recalibrating your habits. And this type of discipline keeps you on track. Regret will be your guideline from this point and on. You say to yourself, oh, wow, I feel so accomplished, and you will feel so accomplished. And now it's around, I don't know if you can see, it's around almost midnight. Almost midnight, and I'm recording this video. And I say to myself, how would I feel if I record a video at midnight? I said, I don't know, I'm super tired. I have no idea. I said, okay, Let's try and let's see. And I feel amazing. That's the reason that I'm doing it. And the reason that I'm leading you guys by example. I'm not telling you to do things that I'm not doing. So realize one last thing before we wrap up this short little video is that pain will be present in your life. You need to learn how to manage the pain. You're not going to completely annihilate it. You just need to learn how to live with it and how to use it and alchemize this pain into beauty, this energy. Because I feel pain. And you know what? If I'm being truly honest, I think that one of the reasons that I'm even recording this video right now is because I feel pain. And I decided to take this pain and turn it into a video. And there you go. So you alchemize it. How else are you going to alchemize pain? That is it. You can alchemize it through workouts and stuff like that, but it's through action that it's being integrated. Because pain that is not being metabolized or processed properly, that causes neurosis. Pain avoidance causes neurosis. It's a nervous system that becomes very, very weak due to the fact that the nervous system didn't, every time there is pain avoidance. And then the nervous system says, ooh, when something even small happens, triggers the nervous system and says, we are not trained to deal with this level of stress. And when you're realizing that and you're starting to deal with more and more stress and you put it on yourself, this is how you grow your nervous system capacity to handle more stress, which is great. So what? Stress tolerance will be the ceiling of your potential. How much can you take before you break? This is something that I constantly ask myself, how much can I take before I break? And it's midnight. So I guess I can take it just a little bit more. How much more can you take?